Okay, I'm doing a lot of polemic stuff now, which is another word for controversial. I'm doing polemic, controversial stuff, and I will continue to do that. Whether it be what about what the Bible says or whether the Bible is accurate, the King James is accurate. Because somebody pointed out the King James written by King James, the King James version of the Bible is written by King James. It has been changed since then, since the original King James. I'm supposed to have the original King James, but King James also supposedly wrote a book about demonology. So that's not from the scriptures, I don't think. So then the idea that King James was actually a pagan, same thing with Catholicism. Constantine wanted to mix paganism with Christianity. That is wrong. At the same time, you do have numerology in the Bible. You have astrology in the Bible. If you tell your children, my friends' parents were like this. This is the only way. You must do this. This is the way. You cannot question anything. You're going to end up with rebellious children, and you end up with children who are not raised rightly and who might get into witchcraft, which we want to avoid, or mediums and stuff like that. So you want to avoid that. So if you go 666, well, 666 is a sign of the devil. The Bible says 666 is man's number. Well, are there only 666 people in the world? No, there are more than 666 people in the world. I'm sure I've met more than 666 people. It's a symbol. It's numerology. The same thing with the 6 rows of the gemstones on the high priest's breastplate. You cannot tell your children this is wrong, and they look at the Bible and they say, well, it's not wrong according to the Bible, and they reject the whole thing. Or they think that if they ever get into numerology, they're going to hell, so they just can give up. You don't want to raise your children that way. You understand that? Same thing with astrology. I said it before. There were the twin heads of whatever those gods were that represent Gemini. There are 2 gods that represent Gemini in the zodiac. There's the twins, and there's supposed to be 2 gods. That's what paganism says. And in Acts, in the book of Acts, Paul is on a ship that has the twin heads, or the heads of the twins, or it says in some places, or I guess Castor Pollux in Latin. You cannot shield your children with this. Teach your children about this. Don't tell them that your children something's wrong when it's not. Teach your children.